Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been the man she once chased, adored and swore she'd never lose, only to watch her slowly pull away, treat you like you didn't matter, and then vanish as if you were replaceable? That sting you feel in your chest right now, that's not weakness, it's memory. It's the sound of someone realizing they gave everything to someone who stopped seeing their worth. But here's the twist she never saw coming. Women always regret the man they took for granted. It just doesn't happen when you expect it. And today, I'm going to explain why that regret hits them harder, deeper, and more silently than you'll ever imagine. Before we go on, if you've ever been that man, hit the like button and subscribe, because what you're about to understand will change the way you see women forever. At first, she doesn't even notice she's taking you for granted. She thinks your patience is infinite, your loyalty unshakable. You text back, you show up, you fix things she breaks. And in her mind, you'll always be there. But one day, something shifts. You start pulling back. You stop explaining yourself. You stop trying to win her over. And that's when it begins, the slow unraveling of her confidence. She'll never admit it out loud, but the moment she realizes your energy is no longer orbiting her, she starts replaying everything, every ignored message, every sarcastic comment, every time she made you feel small. That's the beginning of her regret, not the kind that hits in an instant, the quiet one that grows inside her at 2 a.m. when she scrolls through her phone and your name doesn't light up anymore. She'll check your profile out of habit, then pretend she doesn't care when she sees you looking happier, lighter, free. But deep down, a part of her knows she's the reason you changed. The man she thought would never leave has finally walked away, not in anger, but in silence. And nothing unsettles a woman more than a man who no longer seeks her validation. When she realizes your peace isn't connected to her approval anymore, that's when the regret begins to bloom. Slowly, painfully, and permanently. She thought you'd chase her forever, but now she's the one chasing memories of a man she'll never get back. You see, most women don't start regretting until long after the relationship is over. At first, they feel powerful, like they made the right choice by walking away or ignoring your effort. They convince themselves they can do better, that you were too nice, too available, or too emotional. But underneath that mask of confidence is something fragile, their ego. Because a woman's ego is fed by attention, not love. And when your attention disappears, she starts starving in silence. At first, she tells herself she doesn't miss you. She just misses how much you used to want her. But then, something strange happens. Days turn into weeks, and the validation she thought she could easily replace doesn't feel the same anymore. No one texts her with the same care. No one listens the way you did. No one makes her laugh without trying too hard. Suddenly, the world feels a little colder, a little emptier, and that's when it hits her. She didn't lose a man, she lost a presence. That's the part men never see, the emotional aftermath that unfolds in silence. She'll post stories pretending she's happy, go out with friends, flirt with someone new, even convince herself she's moved on. But every moment of stillness exposes the truth. The moment she's alone, scrolling, laying in bed, or passing a place that reminds her of you, her stomach tightens. She feels a flash of memory, your voice, your scent, your patience. And for a brief moment, she remembers what it felt like to be genuinely understood. That regret doesn't scream. It whispers. It's not, I miss him. It's, I wish I appreciated him when I had the chance. That's the kind of pain that rewires her. She'll start noticing men who remind her of you. And every time, she'll compare. And no one will measure up because no one else saw her the way you did. But here's what most men get wrong. They think that if she regrets it, she'll come back. Sometimes she does, but often her pride won't let her. So she suffers quietly, carrying your ghost through every conversation, every relationship. Every night she wonders if you ever think of her. And the truth, you do, but not the same way, because the version of you she regrets doesn't exist anymore. You evolved in the silence she left behind. What truly haunts a woman isn't losing you. It's realizing that the version of you she dismissed was the best she was ever going to get. Because when a man finally learns to value his own peace over her attention, something shifts permanently. You stop being predictable. You stop trying to prove your worth. You become mysterious again, not because you're playing games, but because you've found something she can't control: self-respect. At first, she'll test it. She'll send that casual, "Hey, stranger" text, or react to your story with an emoji, pretending it's nothing, but you can hear it between the lines. That soft tremor of curiosity, the quiet panic that asks, has he really moved on? And when you don't respond the way she expects, when your energy stays calm, detached, unbothered, it shatters her sense of power. Because regret isn't about missing the relationship. It's about realizing the spell is broken. See, she once believed you'd always be waiting, that you'd always forgive, always chase, always fold when she pushed. But the moment you didn't, the moment you stayed silent instead of defending yourself, that's when she began to feel something unfamiliar. Loss. Real loss. The kind that doesn't go away after a night out or a rebound fling. It's the loss of being seen. Because no one looks at her the way you did. No one studies her soul like you once did. And she knows she can't recreate that. Not with anyone. That's when regret starts morphing into something heavier. Guilt. She starts asking herself questions she never asked before. Why did I treat him like that? Why did I think he'd always be there? It's not that she suddenly becomes humble. It's that the mirror of her choices becomes too clear to avoid. Every new guy she dates reminds her of what she threw away. The steadiness, the security, the care that didn't demand attention. And here's the twist. You're not the same man anymore. The version of you she took for granted died in the fire she started. What rose from it is a calmer, sharper, more grounded man. A man who knows that real power isn't loud. It's quiet. And that quiet confidence is exactly what she'll regret losing for the rest of her life. You know what truly breaks her? It's not seeing you with someone new. It's seeing you at peace, smiling, focused, living as if she was just a chapter in a story that kept getting better after she left. Because deep down, she believed she was the story. She thought she was the plot, the climax, the ending. But when she sees you thriving without her, that illusion shatters into silence. She'll tell herself you changed, that you became colder, harder, maybe even selfish. But that's not the truth, is it? You didn't become cold. You just stopped giving warmth to someone who never stood in the fire with you. You learned that love isn't proven by how much pain you tolerate. It's shown by how much peace you're willing to protect. And that's when her regret becomes something she can't run from anymore. Because regret isn't loud. It doesn't arrive with tears or apologies. It creeps in when she sees a version of you that no longer needs her approval. When she notices the way other women look at you now, with the kind of respect she once refused to give. That's the exact moment her stomach twists. Not because she wants you back, but because she realizes someone else gets to experience the man she only pretended to appreciate. It's in those small moments, scrolling past your photo, hearing your name in conversation, seeing the way you move with quiet confidence, that her chest tightens. She'll replay every conversation where she made you doubt yourself. Every time she rolled her eyes when you spoke from the heart. Every time she made you feel like loving her was a burden, and now she's the one carrying the weight. Because here's the cruel truth. Women don't regret losing the perfect man. They regret losing the man who loved them through their chaos. The one who stayed when she didn't deserve it. The one who saw beauty in her storms. When that man walks away, he leaves behind a silence no other voice can fill. That's why her regret doesn't fade. It deepens over time. It shows up when she least expects it. Not in the beginning when she's distracted, but later when she realizes that every man she meets after you is just a reflection of what she took for granted and can never get back. There comes a point when her regret turns from quiet reflection into obsession, not with you as a person, but with the idea of what she lost. She starts remembering moments that seemed ordinary at the time, but now feel sacred. The way you listened when she spoke, how you never raised your voice, how you showed up even when she didn't deserve it. Those memories start haunting her, not because they're painful, but because they remind her of a love that was real. And in today's world, that kind of love is rare. See, most men she meets after you don't have that grounded energy. They're distracted, detached, self-centered, They want her attention, not her soul. And for the first time, she realizes what you actually were: safe. Not boring, not weak, not predictable. Safe. The kind of man who gave her peace instead of chaos. But back then, she confused peace with lack of excitement. Now, she understands that what she called boring was actually stability. That realization stings, because it means she didn't just lose a man, she lost her emotional home, and she'll never admit it out loud. But part of her starts checking your social media, replaying old messages, or asking mutual friends about you. Not because she wants to fix things, but because she wants to feel close to that energy again, that calm, that consistency, the feeling of being seen without performing. Her pride won't let her reach out directly. She'll post things online, trying to get your attention, subtle quotes, songs, pictures. But it's not for the world, it's for you, hoping you'll notice, hoping you'll remember. But here's what she doesn't realize. You've already healed. You've outgrown that version of yourself who waited for her validation. And that's the part that hurts her the most, realizing she no longer has access to the man who once would have done anything for her. Regret is the slowest punishment the heart can give. And women who take good men for granted end up living with that invisible ache. The ache of knowing that no matter how many new faces appear, none of them carry the same soul. And the moment she truly understands that is the moment she realizes she's the one who lost everything. There's something poetic about how life circles back. Because when a woman finally understands what she lost, it's usually when the man she took for granted has already outgrown her. You're not bitter anymore. You don't need revenge. You don't crave closure. You've reached the quiet peace that comes from acceptance. And that peace, that grounded strength, is what she now finds irresistible, yet unreachable. That's the cruel irony. The moment you become the man she always wanted is the moment she no longer deserves you. She'll sense it even through silence. She'll look at you and see the man who could have been hers, the one she thought she had time to figure out. She'll see the glow of purpose in your eyes, the confidence in your walk, the unshakable calm in your voice. And she'll realize that while she was busy testing your patience, you were becoming everything she once prayed for. Only now, someone else will receive it. And that's where regret becomes permanent. Because real regret isn't about missing what was. It's about realizing you were loved in ways you didn't understand until it was gone. She'll try to tell herself that you've changed, that you're different now. But the truth is, you've simply remembered your worth. You stopped chasing what drains you. You stopped settling for half love. You became the man who doesn't need to prove he's enough, because he finally knows he is. And here's the part that every man watching this needs to hear. Her regret isn't your validation. Don't let it pull you back into the past. Let it remind you instead that growth is the sweetest form of closure. You don't need her apology. You don't need her to understand what she lost. Because the real win is that you understand what you gained: clarity, strength, self-respect, and freedom. So let her regret be her teacher, not your mission. Keep walking with quiet confidence. Keep evolving. Because one day, while she's still replaying the memories of who you were, you'll be too busy living the life you always deserved. If you felt this message, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more insights, and share your story in the comments below, because your growth might just help another man find his strength again.